Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more than the meta. So guys, I want to go ahead and show you a new defense I'm developing for my my defense. It is out of the dime 3-2 scheme. You can find this in the multiple defense, but this is in multiple books. It's a very unique defense because it is the dollar type defense that was a meta for the last couple of years, but this provides a lot of match coverages, and a lot of players sometimes misread match. Match quarters. Quarters is a better defense this year than it was the previous year, so I just wanted to point that out. Hey guys, I was actually doing research on my channel. I noticed that almost 60% of you guys that watch my videos are not subscribers. Hey man, can you do me a solid? Just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm going to try to give you guys good tips and strategies to help you guys be better on defense, and also some different money tips as far as different offensive plays that we're going to throw into this game. So if you haven't subscribed already, just hit the subscribe button. I want to get over 10,000. I've been floating under 10,000 for a few years now, and it's not because I just really haven't been asking for you guys to help me out, but if you can, that'd be great. So let's go ahead and jump into this video with basically this gameplay. This is a very fast game. I got a rage quit on my opponent. He wasn't a good player. I think he was almost just kind of like play now type things, where he was just kind of throwing things in. And now when I'm on defense, basically what I want to do, because I'm using this dime 3-2 defense, I've got basically a line defense on both sides. So I want to go ahead and remove the auto flip. I like the base line. I want to get everybody down in the same spot. And then option defense, I'm going to go ahead and use conservative. I want to make sure he can't run with his quarterback. Strip ball conservative and tackling conservative. I just want to make sure I tackle somebody. I don't want to give up any kind of broken tackles or whatnot. Now he's coming out of a strong slot fire. And I'm going to set up my defense right now. I'm going to go to the dime 3-2 defense. And I think just because of the timing, I just decided to go ahead and jump into this safety roll defense. So these guys come rolling down in the safeties, and I'm going to user this guy right down in the middle of the field. And I'm going to just jump into basically cover 4 drop. And the reason I'm doing this is I just want to see what my opponent likes to do and kind of go from there. So that's basically what we're going to do. I'm going to close up my line, and he gives a little power L, and you can see right here he actually gets tackled for a 2-yard gainer in that type of situation. So now I'm going to set up my audibles, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cover 4 quarters. It's got match principles. It's really good. We're going to leave the hot blitz 3. The cover 4 drop, we're going to swap that out. And we're going to swap this out for cover 3 hard flats, which is a better defense than I expected it to be. It does have some matching principles. Is really good against people who like to run a lot of mesh concepts. And then I've got basically covered the Tampa 2 drop. We're going to leave it as is. We're going to come out of this safety blitz roll. So you can see my safeties are coming down. These guys are coming down. I'm going to play right here. And I've actually switched into basically a quarters defense, or basically a defense which is going to be the hard flats. Now, I believe I did underneath coverage, but you can see this guy's going to come out hard flat. He's going to play hard. He's going to play hard. He's going to play hard. And then I've got my deep thirds. They're going to kind of cover things up for me. And I'm going to use her in the box. And sometimes if I feel like he's going to run, I'm going to take my defensive line and shift away to the strength. That way it's harder for him to get leverage against my defensive lineman. But he does use a basic mesh concept. So this is a very common concept that you see. And you can see the mesh routes are basically covered up. Both his mesh routes. His wheel route has got a defender that's going to be falling right here, and my responsibility is to fall right in the middle of the field and take it with that spot route. So I basically do that, and I actually get a block shed. He doesn't make fast reads, and I get him in a 3rd and 8 situation. So this is exactly where you want to be. He did jump into mesh. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump into Tampa 2, and I think I switched this out for a play I'm going to play around with, which is the cover 6, or actually, let's see, do we do DB Fire? Cover 6 Willie is the play. We'll play around with that. It's a play that I used to audible into, but now it's a quick snap play and just makes me a little bit better on defense. So now he comes into empty set. Usually when I play empty sets, some previous Madden, I like to do palms coverage, but I stayed in quarters with this, and really what I've got a cubic contain because I'm worried about his quarterback scrambling, and my guy right here is I'm going to match the number 3 wide receiver. So that's what essentially I'm going to be looking for, is the number 3. Cubic contain once again. You just wait for him to snap the ball. He just snapped the ball, and you can see I've got kind of leverage over here. I got leverage over here, and I'm going to carry with this defender, and I've got one guy in the middle of the field that I can send. He does a great route. That's a deep comeback route. So basically, it's a deep comeback route, and against cover 4, that's going to toast cover 4 unless you have a zone that floats up into it. So he picked the right play against the right defense. It was a perfect play. I don't know if he really knew what he was doing, but he did make the right decision. But slot drive against cover 4 is definitely the right play to pick against that particular defense. The only way you can make an adjustment essentially is to maybe do some sort of a cloud flat, but you can give up a streak. It's better just to play it and see if you can beat it. Goes a little pitch play. Look at this leverage. Okay, so I got this guy out here. I got this guy out here. I got this guy out here. He's falling back because he's got a deep third, and I'm actually just kind of tracing. So I've got a good defense set up, but look what happens. He's able to go ahead and outrun me. So that's just speed more than anything else. I like the defense. It was the right defense to run against it. I had leverage against his blocking, and it just didn't work out. Now he goes into basically, an I-form formation. I'm going to shift my line off. So in other words, if he tries to run, I'm going to be able to do that. And I've got 2 run fits on this side that will actually come down and attack if he tries to go the opposite side. So my responsibility is to make sure I get out leveraged so he can't get wide. And if he wants to run up the middle of the field, he can do that. He actually does. And you can see my defensive tackle has leverage against the center, and I'm able to go ahead and get him for basically a 2-yard gainer. So now I jump into cover 4, slide everything up. I slide off to the right here. So in other words, if he does a stretch, I've got these guys out here that should be able to get out to the sideline. And I think I've got this a run fit here, run fit here. So these guys should defend my outside, and I just have to scrape and just make sure he can't cut it back up. That's my run responsibility. He actually chooses to go ahead and run just kind of like a spot route. He had this guy open. This guy was wide open because this guy had to come out flat. And I'm just usering right over the middle of the field. And look what he does with his user. He just throws it right to me. So Ward's able to pick it off and get an interception. He missed his read. He needed to be looking for that spot. That was the place that he was supposed to go with that. He ran a stock play. And he didn't read it correctly, and he threw the guy right in the middle and threw it against me. Now, this game, I can tell you can get away with throwing these bad passes because a lot of times you just don't get those user picks. But for the most part, that was a bad decision. He missed his wide open wide receiver based on that concept. So that's why you really want to play the game and actually study a little bit. And play certain concepts and get in there. So he's back into this T formation, or basically, a single back or a T formation, and he actually goes with an off tackle run right here, and I've got a guy to fill the gap. Now he jumps into no huddle, and I'm going to switch things up on my side. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run the same look, but now I'm going to jump into cover 4. Just to try to catch this guy off. And right here, I see the angle route coming over the top, and then he's got basically just this route concept. This is an out route concept. I ran into people that run this play on numerous occasions. He hits the tight end right over the middle of the field. I've got my guys out of position just because I've got those safeties rolling down, and CallMeSpree is able to go house. How is this guy? He's got like 85 speed against a 90 speed defender. He's outrunning him. Unbelievable to me. That should have been a shoelace tackle right there. He's able to get a touchdown, but it's the type of situation where I was like, okay, I should be able to beat this guy. So really only have about 28 seconds left. I'm up by 3 points because I took the ball down, milked the clock as much as possible. In this type of situation, I just don't want to give everything up deep. So basically, I'm going to run cover 4. I'm going to shift the line over once again. I'm trying to shift the line over because he's got more blockers over here. So I don't want them seal blocking. I want them to have to reach to my outside defenders. I got to run fit here. I got to run fit here. I got to run fit here. So if he does go wide, I can just scrape on the backside and try to clean up any kind of cutback. So right here, I motion guys over. He does a play action. And here is how quarters is wonderful. Look at how this defender, this wide receiver right here is bracketed. I've got a guy playing the sideline. I got this guy coming out and playing the underneath route. And I'm just kind of carrying and floating with the quarterback, trying to defend anything that's going to come back to the middle of the field. And you can see he actually throws up. It tries to aggressive catch it, but 2 guys right there that should have been picked off, but you can see I actually stopped it. So he just quick snaps up to the play. So we've got a wing formation right here. So we've got the strength of formation. So I'm going to go ahead and take my line and shift it this way. So in other words, if he tries to do a stretch play to the outside, I'm going to basically have that. He doesn't have a lot of time. He's only got, basically 22 seconds left. So it is a passing situation. So I think what I did is I did stay with the quarters play. And my responsibility is that, okay, these guys are going to go vertical. What's going to happen is a lot of these guys are going to come over like that. That's a common concept. And my job is to kind of carry with anything that crosses that goes underneath my deep zones. He does do a play action. You can see this guy's trying to recover. He should be hitting the flat with this right now and try to checking it down, but he's trying to push the ball up the field. And you can see he's got like a 3 wide receiver sail concept. And I'm able to go and cut that off. If he had a better quarterback, a quarterback that had a better arm and more accuracy, he probably would have been able to get that off. But for the most part, it gets undercut. And as a result, I actually get a rage quit with this defense. Now, what's good about running this defense and leveraging this in your scheme is that you kind of know your passing responsibilities. You know what your responsibilities are going to be for your outside defenders. And I'm going to try to build out a little bit more of a comprehensive breakdown. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to write up basically when you see certain formations, these are the rules and what you should be following, and just give you a tool book, basically tools, and saying, okay, this is how I'm going to go ahead and defend against this formation, so I'm going to defend against this formation, and this is my pass responsibility. This is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to be working on it for that guy. Once again, thank you for your support, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll be rolling out more Madden tips, and if you're not familiar with my my channel, make sure you do that. Also, guys, I do list basically, I do list, different ebooks, breakdowns, defense, and also different offense and stuff like that. So if you guys want to see that, you can see my Patreon. But please subscribe if you get a chance. I really appreciate the support.